Hello there, this is Nilson Lima, and I just prepared this for you guys to see how I did it. First things first, um, the changes I have made to have this approximation of that photo was to, well, I set to 8 a.m. in the calendar, and for Cloudscape Viewer I have placed a really huge value here. Just fix this one here. So the original value here, the default is 20,000, and now is 120,000, and here minus 120,000. So basically I have scaled up the box bigger enough, so if you click F to pass the borders of the sky sphere. To get back there, click F and something else, and when I get into position again, I will show the other things I have changed. Remember that the ray marshing, it's being done in an inverted material, so it is inside the box where I applied the texture, and this is all I scale one by one. So you see that even though we have 2K texture ray marshed here, see that I'm running at 8 here in the editor, so it's really huge now, the Cloudscape, so it takes some time to reach to the top. And what will happen now, it's the space the clouds are occupying are quite big now. So if I go again into the Cloudscape viewer, you see that nothing else was changed, but in the BP Cloudscape Seasons I have made some changes. I went to the down there in the layer 1, I have changed the cloud coverage to full 1, and the scale I have set to 1. So if we here the full values, you see something like this, because now the cube is so huge and there is more space between each cloud. So to have something that resembles that picture, I have put here full coverage. Remember that I can change these values here for the interspacing, so I can have this more filled, but also I have to change the scale as well. So the lower the value, small will be the noise, texture, and everything else will be scaled down. So the one it most looked like that picture was this value. We can pick this, try something like 7. So we have to update sun, moon, sky seasons. It's not that bluish, but we can fix this if you want to. You can light, change this part here and give a darker for the horizon as well. So you can have and see that the sun, I have enabled the convolution bloom, so you have a better sun, because at a high altitudes you will have like a brighter sun with some rays casting like so. And now it quite resembles a lot more. We have more than a rounded shape going far at the horizon. And if you guys want to make sure, see that for this side, see that there are some artifacts start to happening here. So we are very at the limit on what we can do with ray marching for this side. The only way I know we can avoid these kinds of artifacts is increasing the ray march steps. You see, looks like something better, but still not that good. So I'm moving now with the D key, so it can be even more on top. So it's really hard because we are so far from the clouds. In fact, this is quite huge, and if we want to increase the size of the sky sphere as well, it will be really great. I tried to replicate you can make doubles of this, but they all the materials being applied again, even if they are not in the view Frustrum, is increasing a lot the rendering times. So here right now in the editor, I'm having this frame rate, mainly because we have changed here from 160 to 256. So one trick you guys can do is, while they are making, make sure that your plane is like really at one side of the cube. Have to reduce this value here. Let's see if we can get rid of these artifacts. They're still there. This is because the slices are interpolated, so it's hard to get rid of them. It will require a lot more slices, and therefore they increase a lot the shading. You see that more I get away, more I have the sensation is not fulfilled. One possibility was to, while you move, the plane is moving, because you see the sun is like, okay, maybe a real plane will move like in 5. So at this position, top of the clouds, it seems okay for a plane to move. And if I go really closest to the clouds, like so. I'm almost reaching the top, and get back to something like 5. See that FPS right now reduced because I'm occupying more and more of the first run. And let me simulate here. 5 just seemed too slow. Yeah, something like 6 measure better, like a plane going 700 kilometers per hour, maybe 800, I don't know. So this is one way of doing this. So you have to also try to increase the values here for X and Y position adjustment. So like changing these values together, you see that you move along the axis. It is something like maybe going with the plane, so moving these very proportional. Not clicking the correct, it's this one. So very slow. It has to be less movement than what the plane is doing, so that the difference between both, you make that your plane is still moving and you still have clouds ahead. So unfortunately, I feel even with these changes, I'm not comfortable with the frame rates. And if we get back to the original values, see that these are the original values I have placed for the map. So it's a huge difference. And like if we play the shapes now from the bottom, is not that great, but you can change this. But see that there are other things here that are turning on the because it is placing it is making the moon phase is okay. Volumetric fog is turned on. I don't want it. So let's see if we can it improves a little bit the performance.